At the peak of physical strength lies a structure that often goes unnoticed: your bones. The density of your bones is not just about protection or posture. It's the foundation of your power, balance, and long-term vitality. At the core of this strength are androgen receptors, tiny messengers in your cells that respond to hormones like testosterone. These receptors determine how efficiently your body uses testosterone to build muscle, increase strength, and solidify bone mass. When these receptors are healthy and active, your body becomes a fortress. But when your energy is constantly drained, their function weakens. Retention changes this by restoring the very force that powers those receptors and strengthens your foundation from the inside out. Every time you retain, you're not just preserving testosterone, you're allowing your body to use it more efficiently. Retention boosts the sensitivity of androgen receptors, which directly improves the way your body responds to available hormones. This improved response increases bone density by activating the cells responsible for rebuilding and reinforcing your skeletal system. The energy you save fuels a chain reaction: hormonal balance, increased receptor sensitivity, and stronger bones. Over time, your posture improves, your strength multiplies, and your body becomes more resilient. This isn't about sudden results, but a powerful shift in how your biology operates. When you stop leaking your energy, your structure, both seen and unseen, begins to rebuild itself, stronger than ever before. Section 1. Receptor sensitivity. Testosterone alone isn't the full story. It's the key, but without the right lock, it's useless. That lock is the androgen receptor, a specialized protein that determines how well testosterone can actually do its job. You can have high levels of testosterone, but if the receptors are dull, tired, or unresponsive, the hormone floats around with no real impact. This is where semen retention becomes a powerful biological strategy. It doesn't just hold testosterone in your body, it sharpens the tools that let it work smarter. Through consistent abstinence, the body naturally upregulates these receptors, making them more efficient and more responsive without needing to produce more hormone. Think of it like tuning an antenna. Frequent ejaculation overwhelms your system with repeated hormonal spikes, leading to overstimulation. And just like an overstimulated dopamine system becomes numb to pleasure, overstimulated androgen receptors become less sensitive to testosterone. This is called downregulation. The receptors start tuning out the signal, and even high hormone levels stop having the same effect. Over time, the results fade. Muscle growth slows, energy drops, and mental sharpness weakens. Semen retention counters this by allowing a reset. It pulls you out of that overstimulated loop and lets your receptor sites breathe, recalibrate, and come back stronger. When you retain, your body doesn't need to produce more testosterone. It simply learns to use what's already there, but with greater precision. This recalibration means the same level of hormone now delivers more powerful results: better muscle response, more stable mood, sharper thinking. The body becomes a more efficient machine. That's the power of sensitivity. It's not about pushing harder. It's about tuning your system to respond better. Through abstinence, you increase the quality of your hormonal response without needing to rely on higher production or artificial boosts. Now consider the impact on tissues like muscle and bone. These are loaded with androgen receptors, but not all receptors are created equal. Some bind testosterone more efficiently than others. Retention improves the binding efficiency by maintaining the presence of high-affinity receptors, those that latch onto testosterone with strength and hold it long enough to activate key processes. This leads to better strength gains, faster recovery, and denser bones. You're not just feeling stronger, you're literally rebuilding your body from the inside out. It's the kind of change you won't see overnight, but when it takes hold, the transformation is undeniable. The most important shift isn't just physical, it's systemic. When you stop draining your vital force, your body enters a state of optimization. The endocrine system becomes more intelligent, not just more active. Testosterone isn't wasted, it's directed with surgical precision to where it's most needed. Retention enhances this process by keeping your internal systems sharp, lean, and adaptive. Your body learns to make more out of less, preserving power, increasing output, and operating with the kind of smoothness that used to belong only to elite warriors, monks, and mystics. This is the science of making your biology work for you, not against you. Section 2. Osteoblast activation. Your bones are alive. They aren't static structures. They're in a constant state of renewal, quietly rebuilding themselves every day. This process is driven by specialized cells called osteoblasts. When activated, they lay down new bone tissue, increasing strength, density, and resilience. Testosterone plays a key role in this activation, but it needs to be absorbed properly to work. That's where retention comes in. By increasing androgen receptor sensitivity, retention ensures that testosterone isn't wasted. It's absorbed more efficiently, and in turn, osteoblasts are triggered with greater impact. The result? Stronger, denser bones, built from the inside out, using the body's own natural blueprint. Retention doesn't just work on the cellular level. It changes how you carry yourself. As energy builds within, your posture improves without effort. You stand taller, your chest opens, and your presence becomes more grounded. These subtle changes lead to significant effects. Better posture and movement mean more pressure and tension placed on your bones, exactly what they need to grow stronger. Bones respond to load. That's why physically active people tend to have denser bones. Retention naturally pushes you into action. It fuels your drive to train, to move, to build. And in that process, your bones get the stimulus they've been waiting for. This isn't just about testosterone or training, it's also about recovery. Your bones can't rebuild if your system is inflamed and stressed. Retention reduces systemic inflammation by lowering oxidative stress and balancing hormonal rhythms. The less inflammation in your body, the more efficiently your bones can repair microdamage and grow. Inflammation blocks signals. It clogs up the communication lines between cells. But in a retained state, those signals are clear and direct. Osteoblasts work better. Nutrients are absorbed more effectively. Your body stops fighting itself and starts rebuilding in harmony. Think of retention as the foundation of a chain reaction. Better hormonal signaling activates bone-building cells. Improved posture and confidence make you more physically engaged, increasing mechanical pressure on your frame. And a calm internal state, free of chronic inflammation, makes all of it possible. Bones that were once brittle and neglected begin to thicken. Joints stabilize. Even your spine starts to feel more solid. The body recognizes that you're no longer in survival mode. You're in building mode. Every part of you begins to shift, to grow, to rise. None of this happens overnight. But each day you retain, you're feeding a process far older than your mind can comprehend. Ancient warriors didn't know the science, but they felt the results. They walked with strength because their bodies were rooted in discipline. Retention restores that rhythm. It activates the old codes. You're not just getting stronger. You're stepping into the structure you were always meant to carry. Your bones remember. And now, with every choice to hold your energy, they respond. Section 3. Neuroendocrine integration. Your brain and bones are constantly communicating, even if you don't feel it. At the center of this silent dialogue is the hypothalamus, a small but powerful control hub in the brain that regulates your entire hormonal system. When you're depleted, the signals it sends out are foggy, inconsistent, and reactive. But during retention, those signals sharpen. The hypothalamus starts to fire with precision, timing testosterone release with exactness. Not too much, not too little, just enough to activate growth, balance mood, and rebuild strength. This precision helps reinforce bone tissue by keeping the hormonal rhythm in sync with what your body truly needs. Retention also raises your body's readiness for action. This isn't the jittery type of stress, it's controlled fire. The sympathetic nervous system, responsible for alertness and physical activation, becomes more engaged. Your muscles stay slightly more activated. Your posture holds stronger. Your core tightens. Even without realizing it, you start moving in a way that challenges your bones. These micro forces, when repeated daily, send powerful signals through your skeleton, telling it to adapt and grow. Bone cells respond to tension and impact. When your body's always a little more prepared, more engaged, more ready to push, you create the perfect environment for lasting density and structural strength. There's also a primal shift in the way you think. Retention heightens your psychological aggression, not in a chaotic or harmful way, but in a grounded, focused drive to dominate your environment. You want to lift more, push harder, take charge. That mental edge spills into your physical life. You're drawn to strength training, to physical challenges, to movement that exerts force. And that force stimulates bone remodeling. The more you engage with the world from this assertive stance, the more your skeleton adapts. The brain sends the signal, the body delivers the impact, and the bones evolve in response. It's not just mind over matter, it's mind commanding matter to grow stronger.